Stargaze, the NFT marketplace of Cosmos, is migrating to the Cosmos Hub. At least that's what Shane, the co-founder of Stargaze, is proposing. As he shared yesterday in his latest Twitter post, after many discussions and probably sleepless nights, he and the Stargaze team came to the conclusion to migrate the NFT marketplace to the Cosmos Hub and basically sunset the Stargaze app chain. Despite Stargaze being one of the most used applications in Cosmos, and they were able to build a strong community of NFT collectors, flippers, and just art lovers, the Stars token was suffering for years with no end, and now they're trying to align the Stargaze marketplace more closer with the Cosmos Hub, creating a win-win situation. And Shane is currently working on a Hub forum proposal where he will dig deeper and explain all the details how he thinks that migration should work. And there's a lot of support behind this idea, as we see here from Barry, the co-founder of Skip and now in charge of the ICL. He basically states that Stargaze is a great example of a kind of application that they want to be on the Cosmos Hub. Because Stargaze first, it serves other app chains. As we can see here, those are basically all blue chip NFT collections that live on Stargaze, like the Sloths, the Wandering Whale Sharks, representing Union, representing Celestia, here Omis from Mantra, the Mad Scientists from Osmosis, and over here Lava Foxes being attached or being associated with a lava chain, and they all launched and live on Stargaze. So basically Stargaze is serving external app chains with their marketplace and is like this place where you can form and gather a community around your project, and this is just a perfect fit for the Cosmos Hub to host like such applications as Stargaze, because now with IBC Eureka, the Cosmos Hub tries to become this multi-chain developer platform that connects all the ecosystems out there via IBC, and application that deploy on top of the hub can directly tap into all these users and the liquidities of those various ecosystems. And therefore in the future, not only Cosmos app chain will be able to mint and host their NFTs on Stargaze, but also folks from Solana, Ethereum, and other layer 2s like Base or Arbitrum. And as we've seen with the evolution of Cosmos, not every single application needs to be an app chain, because that requires just a lot of overhead, validator costs. You have to have token inflation to basically pay for validators, so on and so forth. And it would be much better before you really hit escape velocity and find real product market fit with lots of users to just deploy as a smart contract on top of the hub. And this is exactly the direction that Stargaze is going. And also Meg, the other co-founder of Skip and now in charge of the ICL, is fully supporting Stargaze move to the Cosmos Hub. And again, he highlights that Stargaze is an example of an excellent team that like suffered from all the shit that was going on in Cosmos over the last couple of years, as some of you might remember back in the days or just after the launch of Stargaze. It was Stargaze, or Shane and the team, they were rugged by one of the other co-founders that left just weeks after the chain went live, and then sold millions of stars worth multiple $1 million, dumped it to the market, and that of course made the stars price suffer a lot and just created some FUD around the Stargaze chain that Shane and these guys definitely didn't consider. But now moving forward, Stargaze will find a new home on the Cosmos Hub, and the Cosmos Hub will basically host a tier 1 application with Stargaze and become this hub where all the applications live. And going further, like how will this migration work? Because somebody has to pay out Stargaze, the team, and all the token holders. And Meg basically states that Stargaze will be acquired by the Atom community pool, so the community pool of the Cosmos Hub. And further, he highlights that Shane should come up with his proposal that he will share on the Cosmos Hub forum soon, a plan how Stargaze can create a sustainable business going forward, because the ICL is not going to fund the team of Stargaze. But here are some numbers that I looked up for you. So currently the community pool has $40 million in it, while Stargaze has a fully diluted valuation of 3 million, which is like really, really depressing to see as a long-time Stargaze holder, and probably this is undervalued. I would value Stargaze and the entire team at least 5 million, probably even a little higher. But nonetheless, there are more than enough funds to buy out the Stargaze team and all the token holders. Bad kids are coming home. And yeah, Meg further clarifies if the community decides to welcome Stargaze as an application on the hub, because in the end it will be a governance proposal and the community has to decide whether to vote for it or to vote against it. And should this vote pass, Meg will support the Stargaze team and their application built on the hub, which will be deployed as smart contracts on the permissionless virtual machine that will go live on the Cosmos Hub later this summer, probably in 1 or 2 months. And yeah, so that basically means that Bad Kids, which are the OG Cosmos NFT collection, and Bad Kids are fully Atom aligned, that they are now finally migrating back to the Cosmos Hub, or will for the first time live on the Cosmos Hub, which is like the OG chain that gave birth to the entire interchain. So OG NFT collection and OG Cosmos chain will finally live, like merge together and live in the same place. And to celebrate the migration of Stargaze to the Cosmos Hub, Magmar changed his profile picture to a bad kid, and he really chose a very, very bad one, namely a super rare Reaper, of which there are only 20 in the entire Bad Kids collection. So kudos Mag, very good taste here. And with this move, Mag followed all the other Bad Kids, or most of the folks working at the ICL, which are all highly Bad Kids and Atom aligned. And as I mentioned before, Bad Kids are like the Cosmos OG collection. They are the cultural heritage of the interchain. And yeah, Bad Kids just like to mess around and build really cool stuff. And in our case, they are building the Internet of Blockchain, finalizing the mission that was outlined in the original Cosmos white paper. And yeah, of course, Bad Kids are fully Atom aligned since they are priced in Atom and will soon live on the Cosmos Hub. And here you can see all the core builders at the ICL, and they all have Bad Kids as their profile picture. Here, Barry, Nico in charge of marketing, Jermond, IBC team lead at the ICL, Vlad, another cracked Cosmos Tech developer, Susanna, so on and so forth. As well with Stride, the folks that just recently proposed to build the Stride swap on the Cosmos Hub. Here we have all of their co-founder and core contributors, all Bad Kids, and more Bad Kids over here. If you want to become bad as well and be part of Cosmos culture, over on Stargaze, you can buy some Bad Kids. I really don't know like what's going on here. This guy really needs some cash, but he doesn't want to dump his Bad Kid. But yeah, it's ridiculously cheap. You can still pick up a Bad Kid for like less than $800. And the floor, yeah, probably 10, 15 Bad Kids until we're back at the floor price of 200 Atom. And yeah, with the ICL being fully Bad Kids built and Bad Kids being around for such a long time, I really think that every cosmonaut that still believes in the mission, that still is bullish on Atom, should really own at least one Bad Kid. There are basically two ways or two alpha plays to bet on the Stargaze migration to the Cosmos Hub. So the first one is just purchasing at least one Bad Kid, which is a long-term play. You won't be able to flip it quickly, but here you bet on the Bad Kids at the ICL and all the other Cosmos builders to fulfill this initial vision to create this Internet of Blockchain and to connect all ecosystems via IBC. And as the hub becomes this developer platform where more and more applications are built on top, you can expect that these applications sooner or later will migrate and become their own app chains, or will just remain forever on the hub, but eventually feel the urge or the need to launch a token. And yeah, I think there are good chances that Bad Kids will receive a airdrop in such a case. But Bad Kids is also a bet on the culture of Cosmos, and if Cosmos really succeeds, these little kids will become super valuable. They're like a store of value, or the Bitcoin of Cosmos. Since they are limited, there are only 9,999 of them, and 3 have already been burned, and many more have been lost throughout the years as people initially minted them and lost their seed phrases. And yeah, they're just gorgeous. I mean, I'm obviously biased. I hold several Bad Kids. I contemplate them as part of my family. Like people say, never sell your kids, and that's definitely true for me. And the second bet that you can make is to bet on the STARS token and what you think a fair price will be. Because in the end, the STARS token has to be acquired by the Cosmos community pool. And of course, all the Atom holders, they want to pay as little as possible. And all the STARS holders and the Stargaze teams, they want to get paid a fair price for everything they created over the past couple of years, and 3 million FTV is really, really low in my opinion. There are so many other bullshit tokens out there that have a 10, even 100x valuation of stars. And I mean, this token was just hammered to death, despite Stargaze being, like, together with Osmosis, my favorite crypto application. And yeah, it has really product market fit, just that the token is not really that valuable since it didn't manage to accrue value back to the token holder. But nonetheless, everything that the Stargaze team built is definitely worth more than 3 million, at least. That's my opinion. And yeah, you have to come up with an estimate for yourself how much the Atom community pool is willing to pay. And there can be like a little spread that you can take advantage of. But yeah, that's basically it for today. Stay bad, guys, and Sepmos out.